Or do you?
I do. All right, folks. I'm here. I'm here with Kris. Let me get the. There we go.
I'm eating.
Yes, he is eating. So I just have to preheat some of the china, and then we'll get going. Where's my phone? Oh, I'll set up the live stream on my phone. I know I'm not dressed very well for tea time. It's because it's a hot day. I know I'm wearing a sweater. I didn't have anything nicer at the moment to put on. So it is a hot day. I didn't want to dress in anything that would be too warm. So who do we got here? We have Crittenden. We have RMS Olympic, Ivan, Tyler. Ken, how's it going? And hello to
Hello.
Your.
Oh, you don't.
Yeah, I don't want to say that. Okay. I don't know what it means, so I'm like, I'm not gonna blurt it out. Okay, I'm just gonna preheat this stuff while Kris keeps you entertained.
Oh, I wasn't briefed on this. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? I am currently eating Alex's things. So I hope Alex prepares these things, right? I'm messing it up right now. I'm sorry. Oh no, that's okay. Alex prepares these things. He takes the. I think he prepared it before, but he takes like a. Is it whole wheat? What is it?
It's a multigrain.
Multigrain. He takes a multigrain bread and he cuts it all up, and this is like the aftermath, right? So then, obviously he has to eat the aftermath, but right now he's a little too busy preparing stuff, so I'm eating everything. I guess I will take the main chair. There you go. I am now Alex the historian. Oh, wow, this is great.
Oh my God.
I have all the power now, Alex.
Wow.
All the power of both channels.
You gotta be careful. All that power could go to your head.
It's right to my head. That's why I have a giant forehead. Good afternoon. I've said the same thing twice. Hello. Hi, Tyler. Good morning, liners of our time. Hello. Oh, wait. I'm repeating everything Alex said already. Let's switch it to live chat so you see everything. There we go. Let me see. Hello. Who the heck is this guy? I don't know. Who the heck is this guy? I don't know who he is. Greetings from down under. I don't mean the engine room. Okay. It's 111 here in That's very hot. Very hot and very dry. I hate Alex and I hate hot weather, my lord. Like we love weather that's like in the 60s and 70s. Well, I like weather in the 60s and 70s. Yeah. That's the best kind of weather.
You know, it's one of the things about living up here in Portland is that, you know, the weather is so much better and so much cooler. So, for those that are just joining us, this here is my friend Kris.
Oh, I didn't introduce myself, did I? Oh, I forgot.
I introduced you earlier, but you didn't introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah. My name is Expeditioner Steve, everyone.
Oh, God. Yeah, so this is Kris. Kris has been around for a long time on my channel. He's a really good friend of mine. He lives in Southern California, so we don't get to see each other that often.
Yeah, because Oregon people hate Californians. That's why.
Yeah, so we gotta give him protective gear when he comes here.
Every time I come here, Alex always pulls in the contraband. Yeah, we have all the people, they pull up in their, like, black limousine, and then all the security guards come out with the guns, and they're like, okay, get in, we'll protect you, and then as we're driving down, there are a bunch of cars, like, trying to drive us off the road. Damn. I don't know where you find these people, Alex, they're crazy.
Well, they're my friends. No.
My friends from the other side.
Alright, so let's get these trains going. Let's see. Well, Kris, do you want to do this?
I do it. I'm probably going to break something, honestly.
Alright, so I'll walk you through it. Okay. So the engines are over there. So you have to decide which engine you want to use.
It's tradition, you always start with Mr. Squeaky, and later on you switch to level.
Not tradition, no. I do whatever I have. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be Mr. Squeaky, and you'll be other one. Rock, paper, scissors, who wins?
Rock, I don't know, like...
Wait, okay, so okay, so let me see.
Fine, okay.
Rock,
paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, so you're the other one. So we'll start the other one then.
What's the other one?
Not the non-Mr. Sweepy.
Oh, okay. So here's what you do. The left switch on there, you pull it up. Okay. Now you're going to make sure the switches on there, all the way to the main line, are the right.
Which one is not Mr. Sweepy?
The one on the left.
Okay, so it's one. Alright, so
Is
that's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay. Now you're going to come here, and let me put in a rule here. Never go higher than 40 on here. Just because I don't want to like hurt the engines.
That makes sense. If you go up 75, maybe you go back in time. That's true.
Yeah. So
backwards, right? Like forwards. Which way is forward? Which way is backwards?
So left is forwards, back is backwards.
Okay, here we go. It's not moving.
Yep, there it is. It's moving.
It's 40.
Okay, hold on.
There it goes. You sure not 45?
I'm sure not 45.
Okay. Let's pick up the engine, the things.
Where do you want to go?
Are we picking up these ones right here, or are we picking up those?
If you're using the small one, we have to go the lighter train.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the passenger cars are a bit too heavy.
I see. Okay, we'll do that.
Alright, then you'll need to go back there and switch that track, so...
Maybe. There we go.
Move the road microphone.
How do I switch it? I just pull it over?
Yeah, there's a little nub there you'll see in the center of the track. There you go.
Okay.
And then you'll control where it stops.
Okay.
Stops.
Okay.
Now go full 40.
Stuck.
Yeah. That track back there is used less often, so it's got a bit more wear to it.
I got it.
Okay. And once it passes that switch, you'll switch it back.
Okay. I'll let them pass first. That track is switched, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait.
It should snap back in place.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So we'll take our places here. All right.
Oh.
So Mark Raymond. It says, "Don't come to Texas for melting." Yeah. Ozzy says, "Hi Chris, don't burn your fingers like Alex does." Yeah, I burn my fingers every time.
Okay, don't worry.
Speaking of which, it's almost time to preheat the stuff there. Yeah, Mark, this is Chris from LMG Vids. Sorry, I'll turn this way. Yeah, this is Chris from LMG Vids. Oh my god, Jeffrey. Hey Brian, we're doing good.
Hello, Alex. How are you two doing apart from being hot? I think we're doing good, right?
Good. Yeah, we had fun. We kind of went to a Cabela's and stuff
basically
like that.
a Bass Pro Shop for people on the West Coast. I didn't know that until recently. Oh, I thought you would pour on me for a second.
No.
You turned it right toward me.
Well, yeah, because I need to turn it around so I can hold the handle.
What's the update in the SS Sullivan? I mean, I haven't kept up on it. I went on it before it sunk. Partially sunk at least, but from what I understand, most the water is all the water is pumped out, and right now they're going through restoration work of the inside. I don't know what they mean by reparative work. I don't know what they mean by reparative work. That's what I understand. I checked up on them a while back. It was, how long was it ago? Like 3 weeks ago. So they're probably already done with everything. It's probably reopened already, honestly. Toy Trains 101 with Alex and Chris. Like Toy Trains recommendations. Alex, that's your thing.
What was the question?
Electric toy train recommendations.
Well, these are model trains. Toy trains are not really my thing. But I can't recommend anything. It's really based off of everybody's preference for what they like. I mean, it's like asking Alex, what kind of car should I get? It's like that really depends on what you're looking for. So, all right. So now we'll just let that kind of pre-warm and stuff. Today we're having Earl Grey. We each have our own teapot and teacup, which is kind of cool because I never get to use the whole set. You know, like it's kind of nice. I'm gonna turn the old mic thing down a bit. It looks like it's maxing out.
Okay. Also, Alex, what's up with this thing? One of the teapots, it's like the lid is going up like that. This one doesn't do that.
You know, they were mass produced. They were technically made by machine in a way, but I'd say 50% by hand because it wasn't computer manufactured like it is today. So there are imperfections in it. It's just how it was manufactured.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So
or because it's in China.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's called China for a reason.
It's called
right?
China, but
I'm kidding.
I will not accept that these are Chinese-based.
They're not. They literally say in the bottom they're made. Oh, actually, they don't say where they're made.
Yeah, they do.
Wait, where?
Yeah.
Britain?
Oh, I can't turn that upside down.
Oh,
no, I'll turn this one upside down. Foley, bone china, stone ears, made in Liverpool.
Liverpool, okay.
Mm-hmm. By the Foley company. Yeah. So it's,
A person asked, how come the handle from the teacups don't get hot?
just because they're so thin. Yeah, they're just so thin. They dissipate heat real easily, so they just don't get that hot.
Mark says he likes Victorian steam. Ready to see a Thursday live stream. Yes, very true.
Yeah, it is. But you know, it's because Kris is visiting, so you know I had more of a chance to kind of, you know, get everything together and hang out. You know.
Would I ever wear a tuxedo? Of course, yeah. I mean, if I didn't wear a tuxedo in the Queen Mary 2, I'd be stuck in the what do you call it, the buffet. And even then, they don't let you out of your stateroom during a certain time. So getting to the buffet in a non-tuxedo would be a pain in the butt. So
yeah.
on formal night, oh boy. Well, actually, then again, I've seen pictures of people like on formal night wearing like jeans and stuff.
Hey, Kris.
What's up?
If you open up the middle cabinet behind you, you'll see another thing like this. Yeah, could you get another one?
There you go.
Thank you.
When was the RMS Aquitania's maiden voyage?
Ooh, I do not remember.
Probably 1910s, isn't it? Somewhere around there?
1914, I believe, is the year it first went into service, but like when, like the month and the day, I don't know.
Oh, this is technology. Hey Siri. This is not technology. When was RMS's was it Aquitania or Lusitania? No, go away. What was the question again? Aquitania. When was RMS's... Fudge. No. When was RMS Aquitania's maiden voyage? You're right. She was launched in 1913, and her maiden voyage was on May 30th, 1914.
May 30th. Okay.
I think on the dot. I knew it was 1910 because I think it's a Victorian style ship, isn't it?
For Aquitania?
Yeah.
It was after the Edwardian age.
I'm sorry, Edwardian.
But it wasn't even Edwardian.
It wasn't?
Yeah, no, because it was 1914 and King Edward died in 1910. So technically, it was a Georgian. Yeah.
I don't know enough about architecture.
Yeah.
I just know it was fancy.
Yeah. See, Kris isn't very cultured, you guys.
Oh, very cultured. I'm cultured in different ways. Let's see.
So we got, what was it? 3 more minutes on the tea, and then we'll be ready to start drinking tea.
How many feet does it take to make one degree of a ship list? Oh, it depends on the ship. That's the thing. It depends on depending on the height of the ship. Like if you have a dinghy, right? A dinghy, you have to tilt a lot more compared to like something as tall as like the Oasis. If the Oasis tilts like if it moves over by a foot, you're not gonna feel it. But a dinghy, if it moves by a foot, you're gonna feel it. So it depends on the ship. There's but yeah, that's a math question, but it's not enough variables. Someone asked if they can zoom in the camera a little bit. You could on OBS.
You could zoom, but then you wouldn't see the trains, and then
or I get cut off,
or he gets cut off, So if I did, you wouldn't be able to see anything, And I thought people wanted to see the trains.
Probably don't want to see me.
They probably don't want to see you.
Yeah,
they're like, just crop him out, Alex.
Yeah.
We don't need to see him.
Like who is this guy? Who is this random guy? I never seen him before, even though he came on twice.
Yeah, Kris has been a friend of mine since
2014 or 15.
Well, not friend since then.
Oh.
I knew you as far back as I knew of you as far back as 2014. See, I used to watch Chris's channel all the way back in like 2014, but I didn't actually meet him and become friends with him until like 2018. 18. Yeah.
There you go.
So
that was the first meeting grade, I think.
Yeah, and then Kris has been on my channel numerous times since then, but the only thing is that in the last 2 years, I hardly get to see him because I live up here now. So, so because of that, you guys don't get to see him that often on my channel. But he was once a staple of the Alex the Historian channel. Having him on the channel is a great way to remind people not to visit his channel, but instead to stay here where it's safe.
I think it's better to visit my channel because you can see Alex. He didn't even dress up for you guys. It's terrible. Look at me. I'm dressed up. See, he didn't even dress up. I can't believe him. What a mad lad. I can't believe him. Someone also asked about your Disney videos. You're making any more? I know you're making more, but I think you can elaborate a little more on that.
So I do have more Disney history videos, the documentaries. Vlogs are different. Vlogs are like where you're having like a video diary and you're visiting somewhere and you're just talking to the camera. I don't do vlogs, like Disney vlogs anymore because I live 1,000 miles away from Disneyland, so I really can't. But as for Disney history videos, I still can to a certain degree. But yeah, it's hard because not many people watch them, and every time you publish a video that isn't watched very much, it brings down your channel views overall. So like every time I post a Disney history video, I'll have like let's say like I already have like 400 people watching at one point. Like I'll check, I'll be like between 4 and 5 p.m. you'll have 400 people watching the channel. I publish a Disney history video that drops down to 200. So people, for some reason, it drops the views on my channel when I post those.
It actually happened to me recently too. I started posting a bunch of Universal Studios videos, and then and obviously the channel people don't watch Universal Studios videos on my channel, and obviously because of that, I went from I think 90K views, no, not 90K, look, that's too much, 80K views a day to like 60. So it dropped by 20K views a day. So it's a lot.
It is, yeah. It's hard to be a YouTuber because you work so hard making videos, and if they don't do good, it'll bring the whole channel down. It's just crazy. It'll just bring the whole channel down with it.
I'm gonna answer this because even though he's asking you, hey Alex, did you know that there's a? Wait, did you know Did you know there's one Titanic era cruise ship still in service? I didn't know that, actually. Never mind. I don't think there is.
In service?
No.
I don't think there is one in service.
There's no Titanic era ship in service. From what I understand, you were talking about like ocean liner wise, there's none still in service. All of them were scrapped or sunk because they were just too old. There is Titanic's little
tender.
thing.
It's a tender.
Tender, yeah. But that's not in service. It's a museum. It's literally just like sitting in like dry dock. So it's not in service. I can't think of anything. Actually, there are some really old like it's not Titanic era. But it is Titanic era technically. It's like some old like coal transferring thing. They tend to transfer like big chunks of coal across like the river and stuff. They're still active because those things like they don't build new ones. They're really old and they're built really tankily and they're still used. But like as a cruise ship, no. I can't think of any.
Time for our tea, Chris.
Okay. I'll pour it out without spilling it on myself. Is that how you do it? Or you just pour?
You just keep it over the thing and then pour, yeah.
Okay. Cleaning these must have been a pain in the butt.
Doing what?
Cleaning these must have been a pain in the butt.
Oh, the teapots?
Yeah.
They kind of are, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, watch the lid. The lid will come right out. Yeah, you have to put a finger on it. Yeah.
This is why they pour it for you, right?
Yep, that's why they pour it for you.
Let me see. Oh,
Here's
someone asked when they're doing the video on the on the spruce cruise.
Hopefully, maybe sometime this month if I have time.
Diabetes.
Because I was just waiting because right when I was working on it, another more popular YouTuber posted a video of the spruce goose and a whole history video on it. And the problem is because he's way more popular than me, if I posted mine, nobody would watch it because, they'd be like, oh, I already saw something on this. So I needed to wait a little bit longer for people to kind of let that kind of fizzle out of their memory. So I think pretty soon I can start work on it again, but I still have to finish an oceanic video, which is in a closer production to than the spruce goose one is. All right, so we have our tea ready. So good.
The Disney Wish is much bigger than Titanic is actually a very small ship, right? Many people don't understand that. There's a lot of every time they build a new cruise ship, even if it's a smaller one, right? By like, let's say, what's a smaller cruise ship? I don't know. So, Celebrity's pretty big. Even a smaller cruise line will build a ship bigger than Titanic. Titanic is not a big ship. It's a very, very, very small ship. In terms of weight, in terms of height, in terms of length, especially in terms of width. It's a very small ship. Actually, Queen Mary is a pretty large ship, but she's very small compared to the ships from today. Even Queen Mary, there's a hallway where guests stay in staterooms. That hallway that goes across the entire ship is longer than the entire Titanic. So Titanic is not a big ship at all. It's a very, very small ship. I think. Oh, actually, SS United States is smaller than Titanic. Never mind. But yeah, Titanic.
No.
Is
I think SS United States is like 900 something feet.
Oh, so it's bigger. Oh, so
yeah,
it's 100 feet bigger. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
and it's got the same amount of decks, but I do think it also has a larger gross register tonnage.
Really?
Not by much, but it's a little bit. Yeah.
I see.
Hello, Mike.
Usually dip these or no?
No, you don't dip sandwiches in tea. No. You can dip the pastries, but... He's like, do we dip the sandwiches in the tea? I'm like, no. Who is this guy? So again, I'll remind everybody, usually I try to dress nicer for this, but it is a really warm day outside, and I just couldn't do it. Just like yesterday, like, it was just too warm, so...
Watch out for hot in your fingers. I'm good. My fingers don't get burned that easily.
Yeah, that's what he said. Is he could barely touch the lid of the teapot while he was pouring
I didn't know it was that hot. See, it's not that hot. See?
Yeah, it's not that hot, but you were just like, ooh, ooh.
Well, I didn't know. I was like, is it hot? Is it not hot? But I touched it. I was like, oh, it's not hot.
Yeah, like I had my whole when I pour, I have my thumb on it, and then I'll pour like that. I think really you would use two hands, but it's just my faster, easier way of doing that. Hey, C-Quad, how's it going? Ivan says, who is the bigger ship between Oh, we already answered that, didn't we? Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, wait, that was a different question. That's another question.
Oh, who was the bigger ship between Aquitania and Olympic?
I think someone asked if Titanic was a big ship. I was like, no.
Off the top of my head, I don't remember for sure, but I remember, I feel like Aquitania was bigger than Titanic for sure, and Olympic as well. I'm pretty sure.
Olympic later on. That's a clarification you have to make. Later on, when Olympic was first built, she was technically smaller than Titanic. By gross register tons, but she was smaller. Technically.
And they made her bigger?
Because they added more stuff to her. So they made her heavier. When she was first launched, she was lighter in Titanic.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm. That's why James Cameron can claim that Titanic was the biggest ship in the world, because technically when she was built, she was. Let me see. These sandwiches are really good. You know,
oh, thanks.
I said that earlier, but I'll say it again, so to add entertainment value. And just stroke your ego.
Mm. Thank you.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a lot of recipes that I think are more bland. Like, there's a recipe that's like, oh, just spread cream cheese on the bread and put the cucumber.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's really bland.
I think that's actually how Hilda does it. That TV show I was telling you about earlier.
Who?
No, that TV show. It's called Hilda. It's on Netflix. It's basically a British children's show that I really liked watching. It was actually really. It was kind of like watching Gravity Falls. It was really entertaining.
Okay. I should have set up an extra light for you. Your dark skin is making you look like you look really dark. Oh yeah, be careful.
No, I thought it was hot. I didn't get burned.
You got an electric shock from a tree again?
I know. That was crazy. We were taking a hike down. I was walking past a tree. I thought I got stung right here, right? But what happened was I walked past a tree branch, and I guess we were walking through a lot of pollen, and I was building up a lot of
static electricity.
Static electricity, right? I walked past a tree branch, and it shocked me. I'm like, what the heck was that? I thought I got stung. I was like, what?
Yeah. He literally jumped. He was like, oh, and I was like, are you okay? Like, are you all right? And he was like, that tree just shocked me. I was like, that's not possible. He's like, it did. It shocked me. He's like, he heard of the tree just zapping him.
When I heard it, I was expecting a shock, but then it hit right here. And that's not why I'm used to getting a shock. I'm used to getting a shock here. So it made me jump. And I was like, what the heck is that? Oh, that was weird. Weird as heck. Every time we go up, it's always something weird. Like, it's always something weird with you. Every time.
Yeah.
Every time, it's always something weird.
Every day with me is an adventure.
Next time I'm going to come up in your house and start speaking to me in a different language.
You never know.
And then I walk in the house and it's like, hello, Kris. Or it'll be like that thing we do on Discord all the time with the acapella thing.
Oh. So my friend Steve, he'll join us for like games or whatever, and we'll do like online games, and it'll be me, Kris, and Steve, and a lot of times we say hello the same way. We'll go like hello, like that. And so I had this idea. I was like, why don't we do like an acapella, like, and so we do like the whole like thing where I'd be like, hello, 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 and we'd sing it, Oh God. It's only funny if you're there, I think.
You join the call and all of a sudden you hear, hello, 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 hello. It's really funny.
Oh God.
Can you imagine if a random person was there? Like you're there for a business meeting and one of us joined. Hello.
They think we're so weird.
Really weird.
Yeah, Ozzy.
Oh,
just
Foolish
like
Mortal,
that.
you're at. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just talking to Ozzy.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I just said Ozzy's doing it. The hello.
Oh, I was saying Foolish Mortal was here. He's at Walt Disney World. I think when I was at Disneyland, he came out to say hi to me. So hi. I was live streaming and he said hi to me. How do you know the silly question? But how do they weigh ocean liners, or is it an estimate? From what I understand, it's an estimate. Alex probably knows more.
Yeah, so they know the weight of all the items that are going on the ocean liner, and they just tally it up, and then they can determine the weight of an ocean liner. Because obviously there's no scale large enough that you could just sit an ocean liner on it and weigh it. So they know how much everything weighs right before they install it, and then that's how they kind of determine it. And then there's another type of weight, which is gross tonnage. Gross tonnage is a measurement of volume. And so they know that by calculating the volume of all the spaces on a ship. So, yeah. So long tons is the weight, and gross tons is the volume.
I'm surprised that hasn't gotten stuck yet. The train.
It's because you have it on a really high like.
Oh, should I lower it?
No, I think if you lowered it, it might get stuck. But you see, that's why I don't like it to go faster than this, because it'll just keep unnecessarily wearing down at all the parts. So, but this is fine, because otherwise I would have had to clean the track, and I didn't feel like cleaning the track.
Fair enough.
Oh, Ozzy says, Chris, did you dip your sandwich in the tea?
I can, and I will. But last one's for Alex. So.
Is it? I felt like I had all three of mine.
And I also have all the crust too.
Oh, that's right.
I was gonna say something. Oh, someone asked if you have Queen Mary towels in your bathroom. I don't think you do, right?
It'd be cool if I did, but I don't have any kind of Queen Mary linens. I thought about maybe one day I'll get some printed. Like I'll get like a graphic or something of the Queen Mary, have it printed on towels and you know, dishcloths and things like that. We'll see. RMS Olympic QE2 did not have bow thrusters.
Oh, did the QE2 have bow thrusters? Oh, you're answering the question. Never mind.
Yeah, I said QE2 did not.
I know bow thrusters were really new. It was like something from like the 90s, I think, 90 to 80. It's really recent.
Yeah, yeah. I'll second that. Oh my! What is that question, Chandra?
You discovered an abandoned toddler in the front door. I don't know. Eat it.
He'd be like, "This will make a good roast."
Alex was making fun of me earlier when I was coming up here. We found a bunch of like ghost shrimp from the beach. We were using the plunger and we were pulling it up. And I was like, "Oh, it's free food." And then Alex is like, "What do you do next? You're gonna freaking go on the road and grab an elk?" On the side of our road.
Well, because like the first thing, like he's like, "Oh, we're looking. What kind of clams were you looking for?"
Razor clams.
They were looking for razor clams. They didn't find them. The entire time, all they were finding was sand shrimp. And so he's like, "Oh, we're gonna eat the sand shrimp." I'm like, "Well, you're just pulling them right out of their environment, just gonna eat them like that."
We're gonna do it with the razor shrimp, razor clams, regardless. So might as well do it. I mean, come on.
Well, it's just because it's because you pulled them out. You had no idea if they were edible, but you kept them anyway. Like I was like, what were you gonna do if they weren't edible? Are you just gonna throw them away or something?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Well, I'll make it edible, easy.
This is why we have a climate crisis, folks. This is
wait. Those things are made out of carbon. Are they
not necessarily. The climate crisis is also fueled by a lack of biodiversity as well. So
I mean, they live in the sand.
We're destroying our environment.
They live in the sand.
Next subject.
No. I still have a little more of a bit to go on this.
The point was that I was just like, are you guys just gonna like pull over and grab whatever animals you see off the side of the road and just eat them? Like I was like, are you guys just gonna stop and grab an elk and just shove it into your trunk and then just drive off with it?
Well, my point was, I was planning to spare half of the lives, right? I'm a nice person. I was like, okay, you know what? I'll save half of your lives. It's fine. I'll cook half of them, and the rest of you can live. And, you know, I cooked half of them, and then... I told Alex the story already. I cooked half of them, and then I gave it to... I want to try it. Most of my family didn't want to eat it, but it tasted like my chips, right? And my little cousin, she was like, wow, this is really good. I'm like, oh, thank you. I was like, make more. I was like, oh, you really want more? Yes, make more. I was like, oh, but I was trying to release the rest. Oh, make more. So I ended up killing all of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was very sad. But hey, I mean, like, it's good for the environment because, you know, we're not relying on my big fishing companies to overfish.
Yeah, no, you're just pulling, you know, rare species out of there.
Rare species? What do you mean rare species? What is that supposed to mean? I think the sand strip is anything but rare.
He sees like bald eagles. He's like, I think that would make a great roast.
No. It's much better than a barbecue, actually.
God. How's the tea, Chris?
It was really good. Now, I like to add milk to my tea, so I think this tea is really good about milk.
Yeah, I didn't know you were going to do that, so I would have suggested that you could have added more hot water to dilute it a bit if it was too strong.
No, I actually would prefer it to be stronger.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Well, to be fair, it is a naturally light tea.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I like my tea really strong. That's okay.
So I made some fresh Scottish shortbread last night because I knew Chris would be coming here, and he hasn't had my Scottish shortbread yet. What do you think, Chris?
They're good.
Thanks. And he also brought me a couple boxes of broken Walther's Scottish shortbread.
It wasn't my fault. It was broken. It wasn't my fault.
But that's okay. I'll still eat it.
You know, I bought them for you. I told my family, okay, I bought it for my friend. I'm seeing him in a couple of days. I'm like, okay, that's understandable, right? We're having a little picnic on the beach. And my uncle comes down, oh, I found more food. Don't worry, I found more food. Trips, and it falls down the steps to the beach. I'm just like, that's the reason why it was broken. It wasn't my fault. They were perfect. I mean, one of them was kind of like, you knew there were crumbs in there, right? But it wasn't that bad. After he dropped them, yeah, it was pretty bad. Like, I don't think there's any full piece left in that container. Well, it's a thought that counts, right?
Yes.
Let me see. Oh, James' guy went through surgery. Hopefully you get better. Glad you're watching, though.
Yeah. Hope you get better.
It reminds you of Sonic and Knuckles. I don't know. Which one of us is Knuckles? That means we get a punch. We get a punch the other person.
I'm gonna punch him.
I don't think so.
Oh, I do owe you a couple punches.
Why?
I told you. Over the last couple months, every time you tick me off, it's another punch that I owe you.
It's a lot of punches then.
He's gonna be all nervous now. He's like, oh, any moment, Alex is just gonna start punching him.
Keep my distance now. Oh, but we're in Oregon. It's social distancing. You can't get within 6 feet of me.
I'd see. We'll see if that stops me.
Yeah, I'm in California. I have a natural force field that bars away Oregon people, Oregonians, or Oregonians,
Oregonians,
and Nagornians.
Why do you have so much trouble talking?
I'm sorry, I don't really see Oregonians as people.
He went to a university and learned public speaking, folks.
He taught me about the public, not about speaking, alright?
They talk about when the public speaks.
There you go. Let me see. 6,000. What are you talking about? 6,000. Oh, the knee surgery. That's crazy.
Oh, wow. Wait, James, what country are you in?
Maybe in the UK. Where?
Or I think James is in New Zealand, I think.
Oh, New Zealand. Okay, excellent. New Zealand is a really nice country.
Oh, have you been there?
Yeah, once. I
Oh,
went to the
nice.
glowworm cave. Okay. Glowworm cave.
Oh, Lord. Okay. How was the glowworm cave?
It was really nice. It was like, imagine if you ever went out, not in California, but if you ever went out in like the countryside and looked up and you see stars in the night sky. It's completely black and see stars in the night sky. Imagine those are blue. That's what it looked like inside the glowworm cave. It was really nice. Basically, it turned blue because they're trying to mate, right? And there's worms and they glow blue, and then there's moths as well. So they turn into moths. And basically, when they turn into moths, their only function in life is to reproduce. They can't eat because they have no mouths, but they have stomachs. So they starve to death and die.
Wow.
That's what I learned about them. But yeah, so they have 3 stages: glow, cocoon, reproduce, die. So
Wow.
yeah, it's pretty sad.
Sounds like a few people I used to know. Taylor says, if you had to live a year in an ocean liner before Queen Mary was constructed, which one would it be?
Voyage of the Seas.
Before Queen Mary. I would say, well, because my next favorite was Mauretania, so I'd say Mauretania. If not, maybe Olympic. But, yeah, mostly Mauretania or Lusitania.
Oh, Aquitania.
I'm really more of a Cunard person. Aquitania, I don't like the way Aquitania looks on the outside, but I will admit its interiors were really beautiful.
I like how Aquitania looks. I don't like whatever White Star ship. I don't like how they look.
Any white starships?
Most of them, because they have that flat look in front. It looks like someone took like that to the front of the ship, and it just like.
Well, Aquitania looks worse
No, but Aquitania has like style to it a little bit.
on the inside, but the outside.
Let me look at it now. Maybe.
Yeah, you're misrepresenting Aquitania.
Oh. No, it still has style to it. Maybe it's Lusitania then. Maybe it's
Lusitania looks beautiful. Yeah.
How do you spell Lusitania? Lusitania. I got it. Oh, I guessed it right the first time. No, I think it actually is Aquitania. I don't know why, but yeah. I think I choose Aquitania. I mean, the rest of my shirt. You know what happened? I literally, I like to grab my shirt after I eat like that. So
Oh my god, you got chocolate all over your shirt.
No, I pulled it down and I was like, wait a minute. I didn't lick my fingers yet. I looked down and I was like, it was like that. I tried to lick my fingers.
I brought napkins out.
Oh.
Well, paper towels. But yeah.
Oh, this is white too. Same thing.
You shouldn't wipe your fingers on your clothes.
It's like a wearable napkin.
Shatino. Yeah, I would be dead if I lived on Lusitania.
With a what?
Oh, because I remember, yeah, I was answering the question, what ship would I stay on? I said, oh, maybe Mauretania, maybe Lusitania. And he said, you'd be dead if you were on Lusitania. I'm like, that's true.
That's true. Unless you're the lucky 100 got off.
I wouldn't be that lucky. I have the worst luck in the
That's
world.
true. Well, plus you're not a woman nor a child, so you would definitely be dead.
I might be able to pass for one.
I don't know.
I be like, "Hello, boys." I don't know what else to say to that. Time for me to go ashore.
I can let you explore some of my shit.
No, don't go that way. No.
I was trying to keep it safe, and then you said that. I was like, oh, I have to say it now.
I didn't even say anything.
I know. I was like, you said sure. I was like, I have to say it now.
Oh my god. See, folks, this is the conversations we have. Absolutely unproductive.
Top 3 ships you would like to cruise on, past or present.
What?
Top 3 ships you would want to cruise on, past or present.
At the expense of boring everyone, I would say Queen Mary, Queen Elizabeth, and Mauretania.
Voyage of the Seas, Symphony of the Seas, Harmony of the Seas. No, I'm trying to think. Honestly, as much as I like the ship, I think sailing on Queen Mary might be a pain in the butt because the way how she rocks like this.
Yeah, but it'd be like one heck of a ride.
I guess. I can't give you an answer. I don't know enough about the ships. I know what they look like. I know how much they weigh. I know a bit, but I don't know much on top of that. So I can't really say. Queen Mary would be up there though. Maybe Aquitania.
Really, Queen Mary was only bad in bad weather.
That's true.
You know, in decent weather, she was perfectly, like, you know.
Yeah. That's true. Maybe no. I wouldn't do it. I mean, after looking at Titanic: Honor and Glory, the walkthrough, I honestly don't want to go on Titanic anymore. There's a lot of very, like,
bland areas.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it.
like
it's like I was saying, like, Titanic is beautiful where it's at.
Yes.
But once you leave those beautiful areas, the beauty's gone.
Yes.
There's no more beauty. And so, you know, like, that's one of the things I like about Cunard ships is they always tried to spread out the beauty of the ship more evenly. So even though there were parts of Mauretania that weren't that amazing, it was still a lot better than Titanic's, like just white steel in some areas.
There was no, like, grand staircase, but at least, like, you know, when you walk into your room, you don't feel like you're going into a jail. So...
Yeah, I was doing a live stream the other day of Titanic: Honor and Glory, and you know, we went into the third class dining room, and it looked like a jailhouse dining room, you know.
It does.
Yeah.
A very shiny one. Let me see. Oh, someone asked how the future trip for Queen Mary 2 is going along. The UK trip.
Well, I haven't raised very much money. I think right now there's about $740 towards that, and it's just been sitting there. The donations kind of stopped coming in, so, but I do have money this month that I can put towards that for myself. I have some money I saved up this month, and so yeah, it looks like it's still gonna be a slow process, actually.
I mean, we can always delay it until 2025, 2026. It's not really much of an issue.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it still bothers me.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Plus, I haven't. Remember, we watched a bunch of Queen Mary 2 reviews, and like this year, they said the service in the Queen Mary 2 went down substantially.
I'm just afraid, like. See, I always live my life with a sense of urgency. I always try to do things because you never know what'll happen to you. You never know, like, if you'll never get to experience something. Case in point, today we went over to a certain store, and at the store there was a snack bar that I've wanted to go back for such a long time because they had a really good snack bar, and I was like, hey, Kris, let's go see it, and we go there, and the snack bar's been closed since last October. Like, they've removed all the equipment. It's no longer there. And I was like, see, if I had just done it when I had the chance, and I bought the snacks I wanted to buy, I could have enjoyed it, but it's no longer there. And so the same thing happens, like, if we delay this Queen Mary trip, the UK trip, for too long, I'm worried that something like it won't happen, you know. But the other thing, too, is, like, something could happen to me, you know, like, I get hit by a car or something, you know, like, It's, so I can't do anything about, making the trip come faster. I mean, I can try to save up more money and also to encourage people to help me raise more money. But other than that, it's like it'll happen when it happens. But it still, bothers me every time I have to delay a trip, I just like to go. So.
Well, someone asked me if I like the Queen Mary at United States. I like both. Unlike Alex, who literally thinks that the United States is from he doesn't like the United States. he looked at me and was like, "Don't say it." I'm like, yeah, he doesn't like the SS United States. I think it's an okay ship. I don't really care for it that much. I can see where his criticisms come from, right?
Insults.
It basically, yeah, you call it the photos. They look like baseball caps. I'm just like, well, I mean, that's
well, it does look like it's wearing baseball caps backwards.
It does, but I mean, but I don't think it's ugly. But I think the Queen Mary is much better than the United States. I do think that design, some of the design elements, though, they choose green for the insides. Or they use green and yellow, and it looks like someone puked all over the ship. And that doesn't look that. The outside looks nice. Some of the inside looks nice too, but the choices in furniture is not exactly the most smart. It's very, very interesting, very 50s. Or is it 60s? No, very 50s. Mark came in a little late. I got the last board. Oh, Scatino. Catherine Scatino. Scatino said Titanic looked mediocre at best overall. Yeah, I mean, when you first come into the community, I mean, most people when they see the ship, they think looks ugly. But once you start getting into the oceanic community, you get into this denial phase. You're like, oh, Titanic is the most beautiful ship ever. Every other ship is stupid, it's terrible. Some people don't get out of that phase. But once you get out of that phase, you start to realize that, Titanic it's not an ugly looking ship, but it's not that amazing. It's just when you watch James Cameron's movie, he only shows you the best of the ship, or he over exaggerates a lot of part of the ships. I'm pretty sure most people know the grand staircase in the movie is twice the width because he wanted people to walk side by side. Or a lot of third class cabin areas are spruced up to look a lot nicer. When in reality it was very not bland but very basic. If you look at Alex's live streams of Titanic Honor and Glory, once you leave the grand staircase, you go straight anywhere. It just turns into blank hallways. Or the outside of the ship as well. I don't like how it's flat in front. Alex used to love it, which is I like to poke fun of him constantly.
Yeah, he always makes fun of me because I used to like the way Titanic looked.
I still do. Yeah, but I agree with that. That's true. Well, anyways, what do you plan to do after this, Alex?
I don't know. We only have half an hour left.
We do have only half an hour left. Yeah.
We should end the live stream.
Maybe in 10 minutes. We can get any more straggler questions in.
Yeah, folks. If you have any questions left, ask it now because we'll be ending the live stream in 5 or 10 minutes.
Very soon. We started a little late and we're going to end a little early. Should be the other way around, but that's the Alex and Kris way.
A late start and an early end?
Yes, exactly.
Hey, Scott, how's it going?
That's how life should be. Let me see. Oh, Jesus, so hot right now. I'm sweating over here.
Whoa.
What?
Something just passed in front of the camera.
What do you mean?
Did you guys see that? It went right in front of Kris. Oh, wait, no, I think it's his sock. Never mind.
What?
I was looking from a distance, and I think I saw your sock kind of move against the dark floor.
Yeah.
So I thought I saw something move in front of you, but it was just your ugly foot.
Yeah, I do this little thing with my foot back here. I did that, and it looks like something like that. Yeah. Yeah. You see it here for blah, blah, blah. You see it here for. You see it here. Oh, whatever. I can't make the joke anymore. It's too late.
Oh my gosh.
I can't talk anymore. It's getting too hot. My brain is overheating. I can't.
Oh.
I drink tea, which is like at 120 degrees. We're in this room, which is 80 degrees. And I'm standing up, I'm sweating too. And there's lights here too, so I'm sweating.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty...
It's getting very hot. I can't concentrate, I want to say.
Now you see why I didn't dress fancy, because it's too warm in here for that.
Very hot in here.
And imagine, that's only like, I have the other light on usually when I do it. So I have like 2 different lights here, and then I have that light, and then I usually turn on the one by the Titanic over there. I have like all the lights in the house on when I do it. And it gets real hot in here real fast.
I get that. I totally get that.
So, Steve, it's good to see you, but we're going to end the live stream soon. RMS Olympic asks, hey Alex, what do you think caused the Titanic to break in half? Honestly, just the weight of half the ship being out of the water.
Well, some people were saying that it split in half because of the boilers. The boilers, they were because I was reading some Titanic testimonies, right? And people were saying that as the ship was going down, they heard boom, boom. I'm pretty sure you read it too.
Yeah.
So some people are thinking that the ship split in half because the boilers blew underwater, and because of that, it compromised the superstructure. It's one of the reasons why, they can't find a full piece. Well, they can't find the only piece they have of the underside, is that part where it broke in half. That's the only piece. In reality, that's like they can. How do I say this? They. Whatever. I can't explain it right now. But my main point is that's what people heard when the ship was going down. A lot of these loud boom sound, as if it was coming from underwater. It was like this very low bass booming sound. So I'm pretty sure, my theory is the ship split in half because of the boilers exploding.
Yeah, I think that played a part in it, but I think even if the boilers didn't explode, the ship would have still split in half.
I think it would have split in half lower down below, because I think it put stress on the ship, and later on it would split in half. I don't think it would have split above the water.
You don't think so?
No.
Because above the water, there's no buoyancy.
There isn't, yeah.
And the ship isn't designed
it's
for
designed, but then if you look at the new ways how the ship sank, it was a very small amount of the ship above the water. It's not like James Cameron.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very small amount of the ship.
But
and
it was
ship,
enough.
And the ship was at a list like this, so it's a lot of the weight was still on the corner of the it was like this.
Yeah.
So a lot of the weight was still on the bottom, not bulkhead, no, on the bottom 2 layers. So I think the ship would have gone down in one piece.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think because you see, when the ship went down, it would have created a tearing motion in the ship. So like you have, the ship going down like this. This is face towards them, and then what would happen is, you have all the weight crinkling the bottom like that, but you also have the weight pulling at the top and tearing it like that. So I think I think that Titanic would have split anyway, because those ships are not designed to just, half of the ship sitting in midair, it's not designed for that. They're really heavy things. And I was telling people in a couple live streams ago, we often think of objects like this train car here. We pick it up, we hold it, we handle it, it's a solid object. But when you have something the size of an ocean liner, which is, almost 1,000 feet long when it comes to Titanic, or over 1,000 feet when it comes to Queen Mary, it's not one solid object anymore. It's a series of solid objects that are held together with bolts and rivets. And so it's just not designed to be strong enough for that kind of force of being halfway out of the water, and it would crinkle and distort and rip apart any ship, I think.
Well, I mean, this isn't really a good example, but ships like Lusitania and Titanic, even though they went down much faster than Titanic, they didn't split apart either. And then again, as I said before, they didn't go down as fast as Titanic. But I think the superstructure obviously was compromised, but I don't think that it would have broke. I think it would have had some major cracks, major destruction, which would have split the ship later on. But I don't think it would have split above the water. because based on how the new sinking is, a lot of the weight is still supported by that by the keel. So I don't think it would have been split in half. Even though the keel was being bent in the other direction, I still think it would have been supported enough. That's what I think.
I don't agree, Dr. Chris.
I think that's I agree though.
You agree with yourself,
I agree with myself,
and that's
yes.
what matters,
I
folks.
agree. Let me see. Modern cruise ships look like the fall of man to me. The world's largest passes my island. Frequently, it's got a freaking dolphin show. That's right, it does.
It does?
I think it does. Maybe not. No, I don't think it does. It has a water show on there, but it doesn't have a dolphin show. Maybe it does. Maybe the newer one does. I don't understand what you mean by the fall of man, though.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a for the size of the ship, it's a very powerful ship, right? It's a very strong ship for the size, and also it's one of the at least the Symphony. It's one of the fastest cruise ships in the world. And I think it can top out at 26 knots, which is incredibly fast for that kind of a ship. Like that's Titanic speed, right? 26 knots.
24 was its maximum.
So it goes faster than Titanic. It's like literally like 600 compared to how heavy was Titanic? 600,000? 60,000?
Oh, I don't know about heavy. I know about gross tonnage. It was about 43,000 gross tons.
So 1, 2, 3, 5. It's more than 5 times heavier than Titanic, and even then, it goes 2 knots faster. That's insane. And there's more of it underwater too. So it's just it's pretty interesting. 607. You want to end it here? Or you want to keep it on a little longer?
Let's end it here because we might you want to talk or something before you leave. So
yeah, that's true. Okay.
All right, folks. Well, I want to say thank you to Chris for joining me on this tea time and for allowing me to let him stand in my kitchen instead of sit in a comfortable chair. So
yeah, he has a gun. He has a gunman pointing to me on the out here, and if I sit down, he'll shoot me. So I gotta be really careful.
Yep, that's how we do it up here in Oregon.
That's how the historians do it, right?
Yeah.
So I can't sit. My legs are hurting. I have blisters in my feet.
Oh, Chris. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for joining me for this special tea time live stream. I'll see you guys on Sunday's stream. Tomorrow, which is Friday, is a cool Queen Mary repair update that I have for you guys. Big information is going to be on that tomorrow. So please watch out for that. 4 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Saturday is the Queen Mary's Lost and Abandoned Places live stream with Steve Ablonsi. And then, of course, Sunday is our next tea time. So thank you guys so much for watching.
And spoilers, they're not turning the Queen Mary into a water park. Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry, you guys. Queen Mary will not be a water park. It will unfortunately continue to be a very lovely and wonderful museum ship.
Damn, unfortunate. Well, thank you very much for watching, and
thank you for taking my outro.
Wait, you didn't finish your outro.
I did.
No, I cut you off, and you're about to finish it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye-bye. Oh, also, Alex's secret thing. Oh, wait, you're still streaming. Alex's number to his